The year is 2063. The nations of Algeria, Morocco, Egypt, and Tunisia that had been stalling just signed the agreement that would fuse them along with 50 other countries into one integrated, politically united federation. This is the United States you have never seen before, with 54 nations and more than 2,000 official languages, a single country with a population of more than 2 billion people. Welcome to the United States of Africa. Whose idea is this incredibly ridiculous concept? You might ask. 54 countries that are different politically, culturally, and economically merged into one. Relax and let's dive into the origin of this idea. The term United States of Africa was first coined more than 95 years ago by an activist and a poet named Marcus Garvey. In 2009, a Libyan politician that led Libya from 1969 to 2011 brought up the idea again and insisted that Africa would be a powerful and formidable entity if countries work to achieve the United States of Africa.
دقت ساعة العمل، دقت ساعة الزحف، دقت ساعة الانتصار. لا رجوع، إلى الأمام، إلى الأمام، إلى الأمام. ثورة، ثورة.
But who exactly has the authority to make this new system of government happen? The thing is, in order for the dream to be achieved, all African countries have to be on board, both the big guys and the little boys. The nations of Ghana, Senegal, and Zimbabwe have always supported the idea of an African federation. Others such as South Africa, Kenya, and Nigeria, not so much. They have been quite skeptical, feeling that the continent is not ready for integration. North African countries such as Egypt and Tunisia have pretty much, in other terms, said you must be kidding if you think an unstable continent like Africa, still plagued by tribalism, corruption, and civil unrest, would unite and it would be happily ever after. They think it's a reckless idea that would only land them in hot water. But for the sake of curiosity, let's assume all heads of states and presidents get with the program. What are the changes that must then happen after the birth of the United States of Africa? The United States of Africa calls for one continental figurehead. All the 54 presidents would resign and there would only be one leader ruling the entire federation. We are not sure how this leader would be elected though. All we know for now is that there would be one president, one parliament, and one legislative process. Visas, scratch that. After the United States of Africa is declared a thing, an African Union passport would immediately replace the existing nationally issued passports. The passport changes everything completely. It relaxes travel restrictions and exempts Africans from having to obtain visas for all 54 states. Upon full rollout of the passports to citizens, we would be able to travel from the eastern region of Africa to the northern side without any need for visas. At the moment in Africa, there are more than 50 different currencies. Every country has their own unique legal tender. With the United States of Africa, though, there would be a single currency. You know how in Europe, Euro is the currency used with the exception of just a few countries, right? Yeah, Africa would also be adopting a single currency when the integration happens. Though the institutional challenges are much more greater in Africa than Europe, Africa might pull this off flawlessly. The successful implementation of one currency would ease the cost of business and decrease trading barriers. Continental Army. The new federal system would merge the military forces of all 54 nations into one strong militia, which would be the largest army in the world. All of this alongside other necessary changes like a new flag and a new national anthem would mark the beginning of this new federation, while countries like Ghana and Senegal still nurse the dream of this amalgamation. Other African countries are moving past that ambition.